Hello, welcome back to the RC How To Play. As your host, me, HONDADASH. And I've done a little bit of changing up on my channel here. I'm going to be doing just RC car stuff and a few gaming stuff on the side. And as you know, this channel is for you guys, subscribers and fans that make my channel possible. Today we're going to be talking about how to install your Spur gear on your Traxxas 1/10 model Stampede, Slash, and 4-wheel drive Rally. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be replacing the Spur gear on your Traxxas 1/10 model, Slash, Stampede, and 4-wheel drive Rally with this. Part number 3956, the stock plastic Spur gear. Now, these things are pretty cheap. This one costs $3 at Hooked Hobbies. You can look at them on Facebook, Hooked Hobbies RC. Anyway, they're $3, and people kind of ask me, HONDADASH, do I use the metal servo gears? It'll be a lot, it's a lot more expensive, but it should last longer, right? Well, the problem with that, there's a lot of problems with your differential gears. You got a lot of metal gears in there as well, and then a lot of plastic gears, and then having a metal gear in there, it just would screw up everything in your rear differential. Just having that metal piece in there. So it's better to, if you strip it, it's better to pay $3 for this and replace it, which I'm going to show you. It's fairly easy. This video shouldn't take that long to explain how to do it. So let's get to it. The tool we're going to be using today is lubricant. I'm going to be using a 2.5 and a 2mm hex, one way with a 7mm head on it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is actually take a 2.0mm and remove this screw right here, which is in charge of this covering over the spur gear and pinion gear for the engine. And you don't really need to do that, but I like to do it because it provides easier access to looking at stuff especially when you're setting the pin back in, because sometimes you're going to have to take the engine out itself to reset the pinion gear and put it nice in line with the new spur gear. And after you do that, you take a 2.5mm hex and take off these bolts right here. Okay, once you've taken off those screws there, you can take off the piece right here that covers the spur gear. You can kind of see what it looks like in there. And then I removed those two screws. And after that, we'll flip the car over. And as you can see, I've already pre-existingly pulled these screws out here. So just put those to the side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull the rear of the car off. Okay, once you've taken the screws out of here, all you have to do is just take the rear end, pop it off, just like that. And take your rear end and set it to the side over somewhere out of the way. And I'm not sure if you can see this here though. Looking down here, there's some plastic shavings from my spur gear that's laying right on the table. So, anyway, what we'll do here is we'll raise it back here, we'll take the front here. As you can see, I've exposed the clutch shoes right here, slipper clutch, and then I have the spur gear. Just pull that out of there, like that, and then set the car aside over here, like that. As you can see here, I have the piece here. I'm not sure if you can see this either, but all that is ground away, right there. All of it's gone, ground up. Okay, first thing you're gonna do, as you pull the assembly out, is take your 2.0 wrench, hex, right? And there should be a grub screw that's right here, holding this on. We're gonna take that off and screw it there. Pardon the noise, it's really loud outside. Okay, after that, that's off. Don't put that aside, don't lose it. Take your hex, your 4-way here with the 8mm side, and take it on there, put it right on the wrench, or right on the nut right there, and untighten it. Just like that. Just spin it off. Like that. Pull it off. Set that aside. Now there's a spring here. Okay. Just put that spring off. Remember the correct order for this too. So it goes pin, it goes gear, nut, spring. Then if you haven't already, replace this piece. The stock Traxxas come with this as a plastic piece, and this is normally the first thing to get shredded. So this piece is very inexpensive, and I would suggest getting it because it will save your clutch shoes in the end. So keep that piece on the other side. Now there are 3 screws right here that need to be removed. Okay, so these 3 screws here are going to be removed with a 2.5mm Okay, and to the last screw. And I can tell everybody here when you're doing this kind of stuff, you make sure that you have some kind of bin or something like that you can put all of your screws in. That way you don't lose anything. And another thing to take note is how the spur gear actually goes on, how it has these countersunk things on here. You see how the ends are kind of countersunk? The screws, that way you know that's the way it's supposed to go back on. So now what we'll do is we'll just pull this off like this, like that. It should reveal the clutch shoes on the rear, and then we'll have our slipper clutch, and you can kind of see how that goes on. So we'll set that aside for now, right there. And what we'll do is we'll have to take the clutch shoes off here. Because now that you have your spur gear, all you really have to do is, sometimes this is pretty wedged in there pretty good, so just taking kind of flat material. I'm using my 1.5 here, kind of wedge it nice and easy there. Make sure that the clutch shoes don't pop off here, and that should just come right apart. Right off, just like that. Okay, now all you gotta do is get this bearing, push the bearing out of the middle, like that. Now, as you can see here, how my spur gear looks. So this is what a stripped spur gear. And if you don't know what a stripped spur gear sounds like, it is similar to a stripped driveline or a bent driveline. It's kind of it's without the metal sound. It's more like a brrrr sound. It's like a grinding, plastic grinding noise. Not really mechanical, but more like plastic. Okay, now you've successfully changed your spur gear on your RC vehicle. Now, I'm not going to show you a full rebuild of this kit. All you have to do is go back through the video or just remember it's everything in reverse. But point to note out is this has a countersunk things right here, so the screws go in from the top direction. So in retrospect, we'll do the bearing, the spur gear, and then we'll do these pieces here. This piece here should fit right in here, and it should slide back and forth. It has these frayed edges that are right here. These flat edges here are where this piece, where the inside of the piece has these screws. You can kind of see them, these little points. There's 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they should slide right in between those 2 pieces there. The clutch shoes go on the back side of here, on this side, facing out, and these facing out. Then you put your screws in, you put your stock plastic piece of crap, and like I said before, I recommend you change this. It's not a very expensive part, but it does save your clutch shoes and will save your spur gear in the end. The spring, your 8mm, finally your spur or your gear in the front. Alright, so I'm HONDADASH. Please subscribe to my channel. Please also check out my other RC videos. And if you have any suggestions or comments on new videos for me to cover, please leave them in the section below this video or any other of my RC videos. And please also do share. I know I'm a small channel, but I do work very hard on these videos. And I do apologize for the shaky camera. If you're my known subscriber and you follow me a lot, you know that normally my cameras don't shake like this, but I did ruin some of my video equipment, broke it in fact. So I have to use by hand, and I got in a motorcycle accident, which most of you guys know, and I have nerve damage, so it's hard for me to keep the camera straight. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel, check out my Google+, check out my new Nitro Electric enthusiast page on Facebook, which is RC Electric Nitro. And check that out for all the new updates, and it's kind of the place you can go to learn information or drop a forum, drop a discussion, show off your pics, show off your car, anything and ever. So please go there and like that channel as well. Alright, so I'm HONDADASH, signing out. If you'd like to leave any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the section down below. Also, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Also, I greatly appreciate it if you do watch my videos to please hit that like button as well. If you'd like to contact me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.